Assalamu alaikum. Today we will study about the KP Civil Servant Rules, the Stamp Act 1899, and the Stamp Act 1899 is an important piece of the legislation that was enacted during the British rule in India. It was the fiscal statute that imposed taxes on the various instruments and the document which were required to be stamped to indicate that the necessary duty or the tax has been paid. The Act aimed to grant revenue for the government by taxing the certain types of the transaction and the legal document. Here is an overview of the key provision and sanction of the Stamp Act 1899. Section number 2, definition. This section provides definition for the various terms used throughout the Act. It defined term as the bond, bill of the exchange, promissory notes, instrument, conveyance, lease, security, and other to clarify their meaning in the context of the Act. Section 3, charge of the stamp duty. This section lays down the charge of the stamp duty on the various types of the instrument. It specifies the duty payable on the different types of the documents such as the agreement, contract, conveyance, bills of the exchange, promissory notes, and so on. Section 4, several instruments used in the single transaction. This section addresses situation where multiple instruments are used for the single transaction. It stated that each of these instruments is subjected to the stamp duty individually. Section 5 said that instrument relating to the several district matter, if a single instrument relates to the several district matter, each of the which is separately chargeable with duty. This section explains how the duty is to be calculated for such an instrument. Section 6 said that instrument coming within the several transcriptions when an instrument can be classified under the two or the more transcription in the Act. It specified which classification should be used for the purpose of the stamp duty. Section 17 said that pact efficiency duty to be set forth in the instrument. This section requires that all the facts affecting the ability of any instrument to the duty must be fully and truly set forth in the instrument itself. Section 29, adjudications as to the proper stamp. This section empowers the government authorities to adjudicate and determine the appropriate stamp duty payable on the instrument if there is doubt or dispute regarding the same. Section 35, instrument not duly stamped inadmissible and the evidence are not to be acted upon. This section make it clear that the instruments that are not properly stamped as per the Act shall not be admitted as the evidence in any court or accepted for any purpose of any person. Section 40, power to the stamped instrument after the execution. In certain cases it is in the instrument if an instrument is not properly stamped, the party involved may have the option to pay the required stamp duty along with the penalty to make the instrument valid and admissible. Power to make rules. This section empowers the government to make rules to carry out the provision of the Act effectively. The Stamp Act 1899 was an important source of the revenue for the colonial government during the British rule. After the Indian independence, various states in the country enacted their own stamp duty laws, and today the stamp duty is levied by the individual state government on the instruments such as a property transaction, lease agreement, and other legal documents. The rates and the types of the instrument covered may vary from the state to state. We come to the conclusion. In conclusion, the Stamp Act of the 1899 was a significant fiscal legislation enacted during the period of the British rule in India, and the Act aimed to generate revenue for the colonial government by imposing taxes on the various instruments and documents that were required to be stamped. It provided definition for the different types of the instrument and specified the application stamp duty for the each decimal